Hey guys, this is Saturday, May 9th, and it is day 27. Overall, I'm getting there. Slowly but surely I'm getting there. I can feel the craziness is starting to leave, the fast pace is starting to go a little bit. Just at rest. When I'm in stressful situations, anything I would expect to happen is going to happen, as far as the anxiety. But in regular situations, I don't feel that same rush to get things done, to get things situated, to get to the end of everything all the time. To be able to check something off my list, which unfortunately is a lot of things that happen in my life. It's not a lot of enjoying the moment. It's a lot of, okay, after that's done, I can say I did that. I remember that being cool. I don't live in the moment enough. I live in the moment very sparsely. I think that's one of the reasons why I like the drugs. The drugs make me live in the moment. All I feel and what I think is everything that's happening right now. That's what's important to me in my life, and that's what drugs would make me do. They would make me feel that feeling of that I'm invincible, that I've been living in the moment, I'm invincible, and I'm okay. And I don't need anybody else to tell me anything to do. It's just very tough, very challenging. But I really do think that I'm getting through this. I just gotta make sure I stick around the right people. If I hang out with the wrong people and I realize that they're doing things I shouldn't be doing, then unfortunately I need to distance myself. Instead of being a friend, that could be a casual acquaintance. I see them here and there. Hey, how you doing? Let's talk. But that's it. Nothing more. People would say I shouldn't even do that. But that's just who I am. I can't throw people away. Even when I mess up, even when someone else messes up, I don't want to throw them away. I might get mad. I might not talk to you for a little while because you need time. Just like I'm the recipient of that right now. I have someone who's not talking to me right now, and that's because I'm an idiot. And combination of drugs and changing medications was definitely a huge factor in why I acted the way I did, why I had no restraint, why I rushed to judgment, why I attacked and was so aggressive, and I wouldn't take no for an answer. I may regret it as far as the way that happened. It's ruined something really good in my life. Things were finally starting to look up. It was almost like I was on this high. It was a natural high. And then things just one by one fell apart. But we've talked about it a little bit. I'm not going to kind of dig into that forever. So let's go back to me and the withdrawal portion. Physically, nothing. The only time I get any physical symptoms whatsoever is if I'm getting a little anxious, and then I'll just get typical symptoms that would happen to me if I was anxious. Not necessarily from withdrawal, but just if I was anxious in general. So, get muscles would tighten up. I might get hot and then cold, be sweaty 1 minute, cold the next minute, shivering, chills, not feel hungry, feel nauseous. What's another common one usually I get? Well, obviously like headache and stuff like that, but that's a number of things that are changing and are very easily to see outwardly. Headaches, sometimes you can mask them pretty well. But, it just is what it is. I think that we're doing quite well, to be honest with you. I just think it's a matter of really sticking to it. I'm a little bit, the IOPs are going to drop from 3 hours a day into now just 1 next week. So that's going to be a little bit less time for that, but more time for myself. Not that it's not myself when I'm there, because I'm working on myself, but being able to do an activity I want to do and make that choice myself. Yeah, I've been starting to work through the steps again. Might briefly talk about them over time, but I don't think I can really do a justice to do a recap of the steps when I'm only going to go to day 60, because that's 33 more days from now. Do you really think that's enough time to do 10 steps? Really to rehash and reheal your life? Probably not. It's enough to get a good amount accomplished. It's enough to hopefully get you to the point where you're talking again and you might entertain seeing them. Going out and meeting for a drink or something. Once they open again, of course, the restaurants. But we're getting there. Okay, I don't think about them all the time. I think about them daily for sure. But you can see on my face still, it still hurts. I still miss them really bad. And that actually feels worse than any drug ever did. I mean, I've gone from doozy withdrawals from things that I've tried. Is that physical rawness that I feel. My heart, I feel like it's being clenched out of my body, and that I've lost, a very important person, a good friend who was becoming a great friend. Like, I really screwed things up hardcore, and that. Back. It's actually a pretty good one to be able to control it that long and do it that small amount of time. It might seem like a long time to you guys for me doing my breathing, but it prevented me from getting to the point where I was going to bawl out in tears or start freaking out. The techniques I'm learning, although they would seem rather simple or elementary to people, be amazed at how people don't do it correctly. They never bother to get taught or learn how to do it correctly, and they don't work as a result when they employ them. They might actually employ them the way you're supposed to, time frames, but it just doesn't work. You have to know, feel it. And if you haven't felt it, you don't know. It's different. It's a different world out there for sure. All right, so what else is happening here Friday? I'm sorry, Friday, Saturday. Wrong day here in my head, guys. I don't think anything else is majorly going on, other than, like I said, I'm just waiting. Oh, I haven't done it yet, but actually, no, I did do it this morning. I forgot I hit send on the button. I ordered someone flowers, more as a thank you for being gracious enough to, let bygones be bygones. All right, guys. Just totally lost it there for a second, but so here's what's going to happen. We're going to start working on the steps a little bit out loud, starting tomorrow, I think. And I'm really just going to take my time in figuring out how to not feel as much. Something in this world, the way I was brought up, my genetic composition, the environment I was grown up in, my body's just so sensitive to things. It feels things so much. It can be intoxicating at times. It can be the worst thing in the world when you're in pain. So what I'm just hoping is, I'm feeling like I'm stable. I think I'm beginning to stabilize. And I just want to get there. I have a lot of things I have to work on. A lot of things I need to atone for. A lot of people I need to make amends with. And I need to find God again. I have to ignore the stories, the teachings, so to speak, of God, because it sounds so fantastical that it couldn't have happened in a real world. This man can magically just do this. No, yes, maybe it's a matter of science being able to figure out how to reverse this or inanimate that to death. Who knows? People say 10 years, even 100 years. Did anybody think we were at where we are with computers now? 100 years ago? No, they didn't even have anything close to that. 1920s? Nope, not at all. So, like I said, it's, they call it magic, maybe it's not magic, maybe that's just science. But what does science say about God, though, too? Science is constantly disproving that God is wrong, or that God does not exist. And it's backing everything up. What if everything that we think that feels like God pushing something in the right direction, or is this magical force? Well, what if it's just the force of attraction? We all have fingers, right? And these have cells that make up some of the skin in our fingers here, epidermal cells. Now, we take them, right? And we're going to allow them to just feel out, stretch out a little bit, and freely go and touch. Now, there's initially they're the same exact thing on each side, right? So they come near each other, whoop, they want to go away. Now, if you flip one around, now they're the opposite on this side. So as he gets closer to here, this one gets sucked in and wants to hold on to it. So therefore, now we have two hands, which will reform, and now we're here. Therefore, the energy level has gotten bigger. Do a little Tai Chi here with our hands. Me. All right. But so what happens is then that attraction allows one to feel what's going on with the other one. It's that pull. Now, the further apart you are to start, so we'll go this. These are attracted, but we're going to start them here because now they can get stronger and stronger. When you're really far apart, and you can get back there to see, all the way back there and all the way up here. What you want to do then is it's going to have a weaker attraction. For example, do we feel the gravity from Earth rotating? No, because it's so small, because we're way down here, and here's where we start. So we're basically right at the axis. There's not much room for it to go anywhere, right? It's just right there. If we're up here, and we do that same arc of motion, look how much further they had to walk up here. So that's the same concept now as talking about the attraction and non-attraction, and then also most importantly, the distance from one object to the other, how the attraction rules change or decrease further away. So that's why people who are able to sense pain, or they can sense, something's happening, they have that kind of extra sense almost. They're more attuned to things. They can feel that something's going on. Maybe it's not bull. Maybe it's not cognitive ability necessarily. It's just that their nerve cells are energized in a way such that when they feel something, they don't just go a little bit and say, okay, I'm going to fire you up and you're going to go. No, they go boom and they go straight up to the top. So that's what they do, is go straight to the top for now. So, all right, I think I'm losing people now. I will see you later, guys. Good night.